Contrary to what you may see in movies and on TV, breaking vehicle glass is actually rather difficult if you don't have the proper tool. That's why a high-quality glass breaker is an absolutely indispensable part of any first responders kits, or for anybody who wants to be extra prepared in the case of emergency. Thankfully, Kershaw Knives offers a wide selection of different emergency-ready tools fit for any job or any budget. Today we'll be taking a look at the Drivetrain, which has a built-in glass breaker, seatbelt cutter, and assisted opening for easy opening while wearing gloves. You'll want to keep in mind that some windows in vehicles are going to be extremely difficult to break, especially if they're made of laminated glass. This consists of a plastic membrane sandwiched in between two pieces of glass, which keeps it together even though that glass is broken. You'll find this on front windshields and on side windows on higher end vehicles. If that's the case, you'll want to find a different window. Using these glass breakers is pretty straightforward. However, here's a couple of tips to keep in mind to keep your chances of success high and to keep your chances of injury low. First of all, you might be tempted to go for the direct middle of the window. However, it's not a very good spot to go. When you do break through the window, your hand is going to go through all that glass, potentially leading to some injury. This is also the least supported part of the window, which has the most amount of flex, meaning that you have to hit even harder to make it through. I would highly recommend going for an edge or corner where you're going to have a hard stop for your hand and more support for that window. Last but not least, if you're trying to free somebody who's stuck inside, make sure they cover their face with something in order to keep that glass dust off of them. Now, with all that out of the way, let's break some windows. Breaking glass! Now that we've got that window broken, you want to make sure that you try to keep that glass from falling on your patient. If you reach inside, you can push that all out. Even though we're breaking safety glass, it's still a pretty significant hazard. You can see these deep cuts on my glove. Thankfully, that wasn't on my hand. Last but not least, if you need to cut a seatbelt, try to avoid using an open blade around your patient. It poses a significant safety hazard and you don't want to make their day any worse than it already is. I highly recommend using a set of trauma shears or a safety cutter that's built into your knife to cut the seatbelt. Hopefully that information will help empower you to make a difference if you ever find yourself in an emergency situation. Again, I really cannot stress it enough. If you're going to be breaking glass and you don't have the proper PPE on, cover your face and eyes before you get swinging. You don't want to create an additional patient on that scene, and you don't want to cause yourself some potentially permanent damage. If you're interested in learning more about Kershaw's emergency ready tools, you can check out their website down below. Thank you guys so much for watching. My name is Nico, and as always, stay safe out there.